Hello students, today in entrepreneurship, in this unit, I am going to start the next topic, that is analyzing the market environment. Now market, as we all have seen, I have explained in my previous video that market earlier was defined as a place. Market was considered as a place where buyers and sellers they meet each other and then exchange of goods and services were done. Earlier it was in barter system, then with the invention of money, this market was revolutionized. And then we have seen the other version, that is the modernized version of market, where market was not considered as a place, but it was meeting between buyer and seller. Okay, and then we have seen the emergence of a new market, that is emerging business, and emerging market, that is e-commerce or e-business. After that, we have to see what is market environment. Now, market is an arrangement of establishing effective relationship. Okay, so it's establishing relationship between buyers and sellers of the commodity. That means market is now not a place; it is the meeting, or it is the relationship between the buyers and sellers of the commodity. Then we have to see what is the meaning of market environment. Environment is the factors and forces that affects a firm's ability to build and maintain successful relationship with the customers. Here, all those factors, all those forces which have an impact or which affects the firm's ability to build up the relation and then to maintain a successful good relationship with the customer. So that is what market environment is. Now, what are the forces? As we said, market environment is the forces. Now, what are the forces which affects the firm? So, there are two forces, micro environment and macro environment. Now, starting with the first force, that is the micro force. Micro force is also known as internal environment or the primary force. Okay. So now micro environment, these are the forces operating in the market that are close or within. So these two words, close or within. Okay. So this is within the organization. So that is why it is called internal, and they are very close and they affect the ability to serve its customers directly. Okay. So micro environment are those factors that affect the ability of the customer to serve it directly. So that is why it is primary, it is called primary, and it is within the organization, so that is why it is also known as internal. Okay, so these are the forces which is within the organization, or if not within, then it is very close to the organization and it affects the working of the organization. Okay, so micro environment consists of these five. So first one is the customer, second the supplier, third producer, fourth competitor, and fifth is the marketing intermediaries. See, producers we'll start with customers. Customers are the king of the market. Whatever needs are there of the customer, that we have to satisfy. An entrepreneur has to satisfy the needs of the customer, and he has to see that the customers are satisfied with the product or what feedback he is giving. Okay, so most influential or most important factor which affects the environment of the business is customer. Second is the suppliers. The suppliers, they provide raw material, and they are very important when the company is converting the raw materials into finished goods. Suppliers are the key component in the core system of marketing. Okay. Next is the producers. See, the objective, the policies of a company is of the organization are important or are the foremost forces which governs the market. Okay. Whatever objective, goals or policies a company is having, that governs, that affects the market also. So every entrepreneur should respond, should see that what needs of the people are unmet, and we should respond to it, and we should always the problems in the society, and accordingly he should give solution to these problems. Okay, and he should have the ability to identify the threats, opportunities in the environment. Next is the competitors. So competitors are always there in the market, and an entrepreneur should always actually try to identify that who are the competitors and how they are dealing with the market, and what is the level or size of the competition in the market, and accordingly what are the weaknesses of an entrepreneur there, and how he is going to cope up with this weakness, and how he is going to manage with the competitor. So this is the fourth element of microenvironment. Last one is the marketing intermediaries. Intermediaries means the middlemen, which those who facilitate the transfer of goods from the producer to the consumers, like the wholesalers, retailers. So wholesaler, retailer, then dealers, agents, these are the intermediaries which help in the transfer of goods from the producers to the customers. So these are all very important factors, very important element, and it is in microenvironment because these are all suppliers are from within the organization, then marketing intermediaries, these producers, competitors, customers, these are from within or very close to the business organization, and they affect how the company is serving the customers. Okay, so this has to be taken care of, otherwise it's very difficult for a company to sustain in the market, to grow in the market. So every entrepreneur has to keep a keen, has to see the environment, has to always analyze that what is going on in the environment, and accordingly he or she should adjust. Okay, he has to adapt to the environment, he has to adapt to the changes in the environment, and accordingly produce the product, accordingly modify the product, so that the company or the product is not kicked out from the market. So these are the microenvironment forces. Next is the macro environment forces, or that is also known as external or secondary factors. Okay, these are the secondary forces. Why? Because what is macro environment? All the forces that are part of the larger society. Okay, we have seen that micro environment is within the organization or very close. Now macro is the part of larger society, and these are uncontrollable. Okay, these are uncontrollable, to which companies adapt through setting the controllable factors. How the company is working? They are adapting the uncontrollable factors through setting the controllable factors. Okay, so these are part of general society or the larger society, and these are uncontrollable. The company cannot control these factors, but how they adjust, how they adapt to this? Through setting the controllable factors which are within the organization or which can be controlled by the company. Now macro environment factors has 6 forces. First is demographic, second is economic, third technology, fourth political, then natural, and sixth is cultural. So this is DETPNC. So this is written in your book also. Now what these forces means? Now demographic forces refers to the human population. Okay, the size of the population, the density, the location, the age, the gender, okay, and the occupation. So everything related to the population, that is demographic forces. Because when a company is deciding on the target market, the target customers, then they have to see the demographic forces in the particular area. That what is the population of that particular area, how many people are in a particular age group. Okay. Now next is economic forces. Economic forces means related to the purchasing power of the people. How much money is there in the hands of the people, and in what ways they are spending their money. So this is economic factor, like the way in which buyers behave, how much money they are having and how they are behaving. What is the pattern of their spending, how they're spending their money in different products, that comes under economic forces. Then comes the technological forces. See, always there is change in the environment. The technological environment is always changing. Earlier there was, like you can take example of television. Earlier there was black and white TV, then came the color television, after that the slit one, and then LED, LCDs. Now so many changes are there. So a company has to keep, or the company has to consider the technological forces also, and because it gives opportunity also for innovation and for launching of a new product. So that is technological forces. Then comes the political forces. It includes the laws, the government agencies, the group that influence the group or the limit that the government or industries, that the government or the laws they put on the business organization. So that is the political forces, where the government they restricts the working of the company. They provide norms, rules, regulations within which the company has to work. Then comes the natural forces. Natural forces means that a company uses the input and inputs which are taken, the natural resources as an input. The company is using the resources of the society for producing goods. Okay, so this and the natural resources, they affect the working of the company also, their marketing activities also. Like here we have to see that pollution, the shortage of raw material, then government intervention. These are the three things which we consider in natural factor. First is the pollution. If the company is producing goods and if the company is polluting the environment, that will affect the goodwill of the company. Okay, that it will affect negatively the reputation of the company. And if the company is taking proper care of the environment, that will have a positive impact on the reputation or the goodwill of the company. Then the government intervention will not be there, and the government, if the government is interfering in the working of the company, that also affects negatively the company. So natural forces also we have to see. Then comes the cultural forces. Culture means it consists of institutions and basic values and beliefs that a group of people are having. Okay, the people's basic values and beliefs. Now there are some core values which you cannot change, which nobody can change, and which passes from one generation to another. And it is very difficult to change it. But there are some secondary beliefs which can be changed and which you can influence. Okay, so these are the factors or the forces in macro environment which an entrepreneur has to consider. So first one was demographic, which was related with the human population, because while fixing the target customers, the group of people whom you are going to serve, you have to consider the demographic forces. Then the economic, the purchasing power of the people and the way they spend the money. Then the technological forces, like what are the changes in the technology, and accordingly you have to adapt yourself. Then the political forces, that means the rules, regulations of the government. And then the natural, because you have to take care of the environment also, and you have to, the company should not affect its goodwill, its reputation. And last one is the culture, that is the beliefs and the beliefs and values of the people. So these are the macro environment forces which a company or which any business organization has to analyze and has to always see, because the business organization has to work in the market and they have to sell their product in the market. So they have to always analyze the business environment, because there are threats and opportunities in the environment which you have to always scan. Scanning of business environment, we have seen there the business environment is scanned to always scanning is done, careful analysis is done, so that the company comes to know about the threats and opportunities which are present in the market, and then only a business organization can sustain, a business organization can survive and grow. So there is one line that many species and many industries have collapsed because they fail to meet the expectations, or they fail to meet the environmental challenges, okay, with their creative responses. Like you can see dinosaurs, then kingfisher. This example is given in the book also, that many species you have found, you may see that they were present there earlier. They were there. Then kingfisher is a company which was there. Now they are all they have collapsed. They are wiped out from the environment. Why? Because they were unable to meet the environmental expectations or environmental challenges with their creative process. So that is why it's very important for every business organization to scan the environment properly and to adjust itself according to the requirements of the environment, and to adjust or to meet the expectations of the environment. The macro environment, which is uncontrollable, in this case the company adapts itself by setting the controllable factors. There are two factors, controllable and uncontrollable. So the company adjusts to this uncontrollable factors by setting or by doing some changes in the controllable factors. So by whatever means, but the company has to analyze the environment, the company has to scan the environment and then adjust itself accordingly to continue, to survive, to sustain, to continue to grow. Okay, thank you.